Everybody, this is Mr. Edwards. This is my introduction video. I know that I have now spoken to every parent. I have 21 students and I had 21 virtual conferences. I want to, I guess, congratulate you guys. There are a lot of classes that there are many parents that have just simply not answered any phone calls or text messages or anything, and not in our class. I met with every single one of you, and so I just wanted to say thank you. The first thing that I want to cover is both for me and for you, and it is keep calm and carry on. So the parent side is that things are going to go wrong, logins aren't going to work, passwords aren't going to work, websites aren't going to work, technology isn't going to work because it's 2020 and nothing works. So everybody's going to get through it. We're going to get through it together. And I'm going to make sure that you get the resources that you need to get. The other aspect of this is for me, and I guess for both sides, is that Monday is not going to be like we're jumping right into core material and we're going to start talking about math and science and social studies, and if you're not on Monday, then it's going to be the end of the world. It's not. I have been in communication with the enhancement teachers. The communication that I have gotten back is that they are not going to start doing enhancements until September 8th, which is when the hybrid students return to school. I am pushing for an answer about whether that means there will be nothing in that block or whether it will be some sort of other activity. And again, I am just completely upfront with you guys. I don't have an answer right now about that. I know that I told you that we would figure it out before Friday, but the enhancement teachers themselves have not figured out how they're going to be posting things. So as soon as we get that information, I will pass it on to you. But if we don't have enhancements on Monday, it's not the end of the world. If we don't have enhancements until September 8th, it is not the end of the world. We are going to get through it. We are going to get everybody on Monday. We're going to show everybody how they're going to be doing things online. It's going to be okay, and I say that both to you and to myself. The first topic that is sort of more nitty-gritty, running the classroom kind of thing, is attendance. I'm going to read this. I know that it's really annoying when you get a PowerPoint and someone just reads it, but I want you to hear me say it, and also for those that want to be able to type it in. I know we've got a couple parents who are going to translate. Teachers are required to record class attendance before 2 p.m. each day, and so how I'm going to do it is I'm going to record who is in the AM group when I see them at 9 o'clock, and then at 1 o'clock when I see my PM group, I'm going to record them, and at, 1:01, I'm going to go into PowerSchool and put both in. To be counted as present, I have to see the child. They have to be ready for class. They have to have their materials. They're going to be on camera. It always worked in summer school. The only problem I ever had was I had a little girl who was getting a little bit frustrated during math about getting a few things wrong, and she turned off her camera and she turned her mic on mute and didn't come back for the rest of class. That happened during the warm-up. That is not considered present. You have to be in class. I have to see you. You have to participate. That is what I'm going to count as present. So if you're in class and you're there, present. A couple people have asked me about ClassDojo and Google Classroom, and so I wanted to put them side by side and say, well, what the heck is the difference? ClassDojo is the primary location for parent-teacher communication. If I'm going to try to get up with you, I'm going to go to ClassDojo. If you are trying to get a hold of me, go to ClassDojo. In addition, there's going to be behavior feedback. The next slide is what I'm going to show you we are going to be using for our behavior in ClassDojo. A lot of us have already been at Cooper and are familiar with Dojo, but some are not. And I wanted to show you what our dojos are going to be this year. I'm also going to be posting announcements for parents. Once we get into the groove of things, once the dust settles, there won't be urgent emails from me, hopefully. God, hopefully. I will be posting on ClassDojo when there is an announcement about something coming up. So what is Google Classroom? That is the primary location for all of the important class assignments and materials. And academic things, quizzes, PowerPoints. If I'm posting it for class, it's in Google Classroom, and it's also the primary location for student-teacher communication. We are able to communicate with students through Google Classroom, so when you get on in the morning, or in the afternoon, or wherever your time slot is, you'll get onto your Chromebook, which I understand is an issue at this moment, but it won't be in the future. When you get onto the Chromebook, you will go into Google Classroom, and that will be how they link up with me onto Zoom. Just another reminder that Zoom meetings are always the same link. It is always going to be my personal Zoom ID, which is the link that we did for conferences. It's the same link every single time. The password is always going to be the day of the week, all lowercase, and the number of the day. So today, for example, would be Friday 21. If it is a single digit day, you do not have to put a 0. So it would be like, Monday 3 instead of Monday 03. So that is the difference between Google Classroom and ClassDojo. Now, I mentioned to you that I'm going to be talking about the skills and the feedback. Obviously, I had to do a good bit of changing for what I'm used to using, because keeping the classroom clean is not going to be a dojo we use this year. So here are the 8 positives that we are going to be using. On task, worth 1. Helping others, worth 1. Neat work, worth 1. Out of the box thinking, I love, that's 2. Participation is 1. Being ready is 1. Respectful to others or to me, or going out of your way to being polite and respectful, is worth +3. And working really hard is a +2. I weight my positives and negatives because I think that it's a big deal when you think outside the box. It's a big deal when you go out of your way to be respectful. Now, are you going to get the participation dojo every time you speak? No. If I see that you are on task and you are participating, you keep raising your hand and you're on it, that's a participation dojo. On the negative side, you have a warning that is worth 0. That will not affect the dojo score, but it will record that I gave a warning. Then there is calling out or talking, worth -1. Being disrespectful, which is -3. Being not ready, which is -1. Not following directions, -1. Or being off task, -1. Hopefully, I will never have to do the disrespectful dojo. I hope that we'll do much, 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 much more green. Google Classroom. I want to show you 2 screenshots for Google Classroom. I'm only showing you 2 because if I tried to show you the other screenshots, they will look different for you since my version is the teacher version. This is going to be the screen your students see, or something virtually identical to this, when they join my class and when they log in. The way that I want you to think about Google Classroom, if you're not familiar with it, is sort of like Facebook. It's a running stream of things that are posted. Right now, there's only one thing, and that was this morning. I welcomed everyone to Google Classroom. If I say Classroom without saying Google, I'm talking about Google Classroom. It's just a little cumbersome to say Google Classroom every single time. So in Classroom, up at the top, you can see that there is Stream, Classwork, People, and Grades. I don't think that you guys have, you might have People, but I don't think you have Grades. Maybe you do, and it's where you can see your grades. I'm not sure. I might be the only one that sees grades since I'm the teacher. Stream is sort of the home page. That's where you go and where every single thing that's posted is going to be there chronologically, or if I pin something, it will go there. You'll notice up at the top there's 3 bars next to Mr. Edwards 2020, 2021. Sometimes you're in more than one Google Classroom. For example, the enhancement teachers, they might create a Google Classroom for enhancements. So up there is where you can go and click and choose to go to theirs if you're in more than one. Maybe they won't and you'll just have mine. If you are having trouble with the link that I sent, you can go to Google Classroom in your student's account, and you can choose that class code, the B3GCMJC. That will get you into my classroom as well. The second stream, picture that I want to show you is the stream that's next to that, which is classwork. This is where everything is sorted into subjects. I have math, literacy, science, social studies, social emotional learning, and miscellaneous. If I post, when I post, materials for math, it's going to be under the math tab. Those will be very clearly labeled, and I'm going to assure you it will be very clear, I promise, whether something is material to be viewed or an assignment to be completed. I am never going to post something under material that needs to be completed as an assignment. I will mark it as an assignment. So that is the other side of that. Obviously, there's nothing here yet. There will be in the future. So that is classroom. We are on an adventure this year. I know that it's a bumpy start to the school year. The board did not decide how we were going back to school until the 11th hour, almost literally, because it was a 5-hour board meeting that ended around 11:30. It is a lot all at once. I know I said this to all of you during our meetings, but I am here to help you. I need to meet you halfway. We need to make sure that everyone is checking their email, that we are all connected on ClassDojo, we are all in Google Classroom. I am absolutely happy to help, but I need you guys to meet me halfway. We are a team this year. We are going to get through this together, and together is the operative word. It's weird this year. It's so strange, and the only way we're going to be successful, it's been a long day, I'm blurring my words, is if we work together and I'm patient with you, you're patient with me, we'll get through it. Monday is barreling down on us like a freight train. I know that you may still have questions, and when you watch this video, you still might not be able to get onto your Chromebook. I absolutely understand that that's frustrating, and I so wish that I could just go in and fix it. I am going to be working a lot over the weekend to get everybody on. I am going to be going in on Monday very early to make sure that in the last minute, we've got as many as we can. If you are not able to get in for Monday, obviously, we want you to be able to get in. But if you're not, I don't want you to freak out. I don't want you to be upset that you're missing something critical. We're going to get through it. If you have to meet the class on Tuesday, then that is fine. I know that Zoom works. We all 21 of us met on Zoom. You are always able to do it in your browser or to download the Zoom app on your Chromebook. That is up to you. I like to save it on my computer, but I'm using a computer, not a Chromebook. So I wanted to end with this picture because we are going on an adventure. Well, I have no idea what this year is going to bring. I don't know whether we are going to, hybrid students are going to come back and then we're all going virtual. I don't know whether we're going to all come back in January when, the vaccine has come out. I have no idea what this year brings. What I can assure you is that the 21 in my class are my only priority. My allegiance is to my students, and I am going to do everything I can to make sure that the 21 of you in my class get everything you need, whether that means in paper or over virtual or over phone or over dojo. I am here for my 21 students, and by extension, my 21 families. So, the weekend is coming. Relax for the last time before the school year starts, for real. We had our conferences. I'm going to keep working to get everybody on. There is a lot to fun things to cover this year. I know that it seems pessimistic at this point because so many people have had issues, but I am so excited to be starting the school year. I love what I do so much. I was one of the people that asked to teach virtually. I'm excited that I get the chance to do this with you guys. We're going to get through it, and instead of just saying we're going to survive, I want us to say that we are going to thrive. So with that, I'm going to leave you. I will be in communication over the weekend, and I will see you guys on Monday.